Man, oh man, oh man. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Hi, what's going on? What's poppin', weebs? Wow. Where did it even start? I mean, like, it's just, this show has just been firing on all cylinders since it released. I mean, you see the reactions to it. You see us get a lot of tractions from a lot of popular influencers, YouTubers, and I even see stuff on my Instagram feed too of a lot of good artists that I follow who even gives a lot of recognition to the show too by doing fan art or little fan animations of the show. But it's just, how did they do this, man? How did they do this? Oh my gosh, because as soon as every time there's something of this caliber that comes out, it really does, it just fuels me as an artist, and I want to aspire to this level, and it really does break new ground when something like this comes out. And when I say something like this comes out, when animation just kind of hits that level where you're thinking to yourself, like, it must have been ages just thinking about somebody who's animating this and who has that job. Like it looks like I don't even know what the process was. Like did they have to literally render and paint every scene like that? Like think about that as an animator when you're going through a particular scene and so many frames that you have to do too, and render the frames as well. That can take up like 8 hours of your day just for like 5 seconds. 5 seconds of work, which is probably not a lot for most people. I mean, like, if you're thinking about the grand scale of things, but that's somebody's life right there. Not in terms of like time and everything, but that's somebody's life for about a year, doing 8 hours of work for seconds of results, or 6 years in this possible case. But oh my gosh, like, where do you even begin? So when we dive into this, man, I know the main theme that we've been discussing here in the comments, and I've mentioned it a lot, is consequences, and the recklessness of these characters too. But I think consequence is probably the more central focus that I want to kind of target in on, because we said it. I mean, like, I see it in the comments. I've said it in my previous videos. We've had this dialogue between us who watched the show, and we're interacting after every Let's Talk. That for example, like Jace is a good example of, like, it was just foreshadowing to its utmost, because this shit is going down, man. Everything is just blowing up in his face, and I can't say that I was taking a little bit of satisfaction in it too. Just seeing everything not going his way. But look, man, you wanted no training wheels. That's what you wanted. Okay, and I can say that about a lot of different characters, because Victor too, man. It's a different situation with him, because he's actually trying to survive. He's trying to figure out a way to preserve his own life. But he's like, yeah, we gotta go to the extremes too. So I'm like, Medarda said it perfectly when he were meeting with Jace and Victor. The red tape is off. You guys are the head honchos now, and you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of your choices right now, because, like I said, they threw Heimerdinger out to the wolves. Not like that, but it sucked what happened to him, and he gave so many warnings, man, in the most wholesome way too. It's not like he threw it back in their face like, you kids don't know what you're doing. I mean, like, he gave constructive criticism, like saying, like, hey, you pups ain't ready for this, man. You ain't ready for this. So I think a main theme for me throughout this whole show, not even with them too, with Vi and Silco too, consequence plays a lot in what these characters choose and what happens to them at the end of this act too as well. But starting off with this act, man, we speculated. Pretty sure we already knew from like the trailer that they released before Act 3, but Echo! Man, and the introduction too. Can I just say the introduction to my man's here, man? I'll tell you right now, the song choice, the music in the show. Oh my gosh, I was eating it all up. I had my phone near me every time a track played, because you best believe I was shazamming the hell out of every track they played. I just had to. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think the song that they opened up with for the first episode 6, was what was the song? It was by Pusha T and Mako. I forgot the name of the song. But yeah, I tried to Shazam it. Too. I have to wait. Like I feel like I have to wait like a couple days after when the show is released, because I guess Shazam didn't recognize it, because that happened to me in Act 2 as well too. But I was trying to Shazam every song they had, so I have to go. I had to go back and watch it again to give it enough time for it to get in Shazam's system, I guess. I don't know how it works. But yeah, I went back and Shazammed it and everything. I was like, yes, man, I need this entire track. But yeah, when they introduced Echo, man, it's so cool to see him grown up, because he's got the Killmonger hairstyle and everything. I know, like the trailer that I reacted to, Echo's 8 seconds, he had like more of a mohawk thing going on than like a dread thing. But yeah, I'm glad that it's given that the character's black, it kind of makes sense that his hair texture is like that instead of like a mohawk and looks all greased up and everything. But anyway, that's another story. So I mean, Echo has a severe because he's not that same boy anymore, that jovial optimistic looking young lad that we met in Act 1 too. But when we get introduced to him, Vi has her snarky tit-to-tat with him. I like before he unmasked himself, she's like, what, are you shy or just ugly? I swear to God, Vi should be a rapper. She has the quickest comebacks ever. I swear to God. But yeah, man, when we see him, and the bat creature that takes Vi to see Echo. What species is that? I know Heimerdinger is a Yordle, but I'm seeing a lot of that species of whatever that character species is. I'm seeing a lot of him. What species is he? If you guys know, I'm pretty sure you will let me know, because I've only been introduced to Yordles, machine type people, right? And this bat creature. Is there another creature I didn't recognize? I don't think so. I think Heimerdinger was like the only one. Yeah, I think he's been like the only one that's been introduced to me that looked like a foreign species other than a humanoid creature. But yeah, Batman's looking all mean because Vi gave him the hands in the last episode. He gives her a little snarl. But yeah, when he unmasks himself, man, oh my gosh, yeah. There's so much anger in his face, man. I'm like, I guess it's to be expected of what the kid's been through. But yeah, he's talk about Killmonger, because he is full of hatred right now, man. And you just see it in his glares too. And like I said, shout out to the animators for making that expressions and emotions known through their animation. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like it seems like he's lost all hope for the world, but not at the same time, because he's living in a very sanctuary place where he wants to build a stable environment for kids. But the way he has like an outlook on the world is guaranteed warranted. It's warranted to feel this way, man. But it just kind of breaks my heart, like just to see the transition from this happy little lad all the way up to where he's at now. It's this angry teenager. And definitely living up to the stereotype of angry teenagers. I guess if you wanted to put it that way. But it was very cool seeing him, because like I believe that this first episode of this act is truly his episode, because we'll get to what happens with him. But moving on, like I said, with the consequences, Victor went to go see Singe, and Jace is Medarda's really edging him on to get this hex tech weaponry out there too. So I mean, like, safety is out the window for these cats, safety, because they're flying on 11 right now. And like, I feel like with Vander gone and Heimerdinger gone, these were really like the guiding hands for most of these characters, and really the safeguards that they had. But now that they're out the picture, everybody is just going at each other, man, and it's causing more and more of a rift between like the Undercity and Piltover. Because first off, to make things worse, Jinx's mania is out of control. It's worsening and worsening. I mean, because she sees her every time. I swear to God, this is not the case, but I feel like every time she sees Caitlyn with Vi, the only reason that she's getting more manic is because Caitlyn has blue hair. I know it. I'm being ridiculous, but look, I think it might ease some tension if Caitlyn just, changed her hair color. Maybe that's an option. Maybe it's an option. Try to look into it. All right. Maybe Jinx is not staring down because you're getting close with her sister. Maybe she's staring down because you have a deeper dark blue than her. Okay. All right, that's ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So I gotta say, this act did something to me. It made me like characters that I didn't like. It made me like a lot of characters that I did not like. And if you watch the previous Let's Talks, you know who I'm talking about. I gotta say, Silco, he earned my respect a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, there was moments where I had to just take my personal feelings out of it and look at it objectively and say, okay, Silco, okay. I mean, you're still a piece of shit, but okay. There's this one scene where the what they call the Kim Barons have like their little assembly. And speaking of that, is this going to be like foreshadowing like the characters that we see in this little meeting? I know I did like I forgot you guys told me about a very notorious criminal that I did a reaction to. Oh my gosh, what was the name of that one? Warriors. The character that Vi and Caitlyn battles, like the fucking Baron metallic spider looking guy in that trailer. Is he gonna come into play soon? I guess that. Well, I'll say that for the end of the video. But I felt like I don't know if I was supposed to notice something, because when they said Kim Barons, I kind of snapped to that. But anyway, the meaning with the Kim Barons, man, oh man, Silco had a boss ass moment. I can't hate on it. I really can't hate on it. I was thinking to myself, God damn, that was cool, man. You came in fly with your jacket, Vanessa the Fly Dresser. I was like, oh, I can't hate on you, man. Got the little gold trim on the flaps. I was like, yeah. The dude came in and laid down the law, because those motherfuckers before he came into there was talking mutiny. Mutiny, I tell you. You can't trust anybody in Zon. But look. Like I can't, like he kind of laid down law. I was thinking to myself, is there something? Because is there something that Silco has that like I guess chemically? I don't know. Like, how is he able to breathe that stuff that they were suffocating on? Is it because of the river filth and the toxins that seeped into his eye that he's actually has like an immunity to this type of stuff? I'm not sure. Yeah, but like they were fucking gagging, man. They were gagging, and he was just sitting there lecturing like a boss. And I was thinking to myself, I can't hate on this moment, but I did like that scene a lot. Not only because of Silco's moment there, but that was, bro. Did you catch? I mean, you guys see those character designs? I'm like, oh man. Especially the guy with the jacket and the tattoos and the golden chin. And I was like, dude, I'm kind of sad they killed him off. I wanted to see more of that guy, man. Because what was his name? Finn? I was like, damn, the tats too? And even like the old crow lady with the crow fur jacket and like the chemical breeder thing that she had going on. And we saw that another bat creature. I gotta find out what they are. But yeah, I was like, God damn, they went stupid with the character designs. Not only that, I mean, like just not that scene alone. Like the the outfits that they designed for these characters too in Zaun, I mean like those people know how to dress and everything. I would think that you would see more inspired designs for Piltover since they're the city of progress, but you see all the progress and the fashion in Zaun, man. That's where you want to go to get inspired as a designer. I'm just saying. But look, that was a badass scene for Silco, and like even like Savika, she has some of her moments too in this act where I was thinking to myself like God, I really don't like you, but man, I gotta respect it though. We'll get to like her moment too, but you know, that's the plot that's going on. You know, they figure out that what's making Piltover a little bit aggressive right now is that they have the Hex Gem, and Echo learns that this gem can kind of cease a lot of hostilities that are going on right now, and a lot of the oppression that they're facing right now is due to the fact that Jinx caused all this mayhem from stealing this piece of gem, this hex gem. So you know, he as angry as he is, and like the conversation that he has with Caitlyn too. I mean, her just being more naive. I mean, you can't really blame her given to the fact that the environment that she grew up in. I can't really place fault in there because that's all she knows. And when she sees the tragedies that happens in Zaun, it kind of opens her eyes too. But you know, Echo just doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear it. But like they come to an agreement to hand over the gem, and that's where the bridge scene goes down, man. Oh my gosh, Marcus, pour one out for him too. I mean, like I really feels for my man's Marcus. You know, he was just caught between a rock and a hard Silco. But pour one out for him, man, because he really tried his damnedest to really do the right thing. And when you have somebody threatening your daughter too, gosh, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's the bridge scene goes down. And I gotta say, man, every time one of these scenes happens, oh gosh, I get hyped because you know what happens. We get Echo v Jinx, man. That shit was crazy. Oh, that shit was crazy. But before I get to that, so I was thinking to myself, I found myself frustrated with Vi in this act. I really did, because she says she wants to get to Jinx. She just wants to, get to Jinx now. But she wants to get to Powder. That's her main mission. But what I kept seeing throughout this act too, Vi can't get out of her own damn way. She's too, like I said in Act 1, too goddamn headstrong, man. There's just certain moments where I was like, Powder's right there. Just go. And I get like there's different circumstances where she had to make the decision and put Powder on hold. But I was like, the main reason that you got out of prison was to find your sister. So when Powder shows up to the bridge with firelight bombs, Powder really is an inspiration to engineers. I mean, like, she has a whole goddamn arsenal, man. I mean, like, wow, oh wow, how did she even control all of those little firelights? I mean, like, the level of ingenuity that this girl has. Oh my gosh, it's the level of potential that she can have for creating something good for people other than massacres. I mean, but yeah. But I was thinking to myself, like, look. Here's another instance where you're right in front of Powder. Go. Just go. Fuck Silco. Fuck the Undercity. Fuck everybody else. If that's your main concern, just take your sister and get out of Dodge, man. Pick up everything and go. I mean, like she wants to help Caitlyn. I get she's injured, but Echo could have done that shit. You could have stayed behind and had a talk with your sister. I don't know. Maybe, but if that would have happened, it would have robbed us of the phenomenal scene of Echo v Jinx. Because when that music hit, boy, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, I was on the edge of my seat. But anyways, moving on to it, man. Before it started, you see Echo just thinks that Powder is too far gone. She's Jinx now. But before they get into like their game of red light green light or shooting or whatever they call it, whatever child's game it looked like they were playing. He has like a look of remorse. He really does. Like he's like, I was just thinking to myself, like, well, you know her, that's still Powder, right? I know that you think she's too far gone, but I mean, like, damn, you taking a pipe to her head, man. And I get it, because she killed her friend and his friend in the last act. But he still I love the little attention to the detail that they gave him, because although he knows that she's still gone, before they get into it, he takes a look at her and he just has like this moment of grief in his face, and I loved it too. Because Jinx is on full maniac right now. Like, she's like I swear to God, she's like a mix of Harley Quinn and Batman. Because even before she made it to the ground and made that explosion, she does have like a Batman shot where she's looking downward on Echo, Caitlyn, and Vi. Very Batman-esque, and her hair is flapping in the wind. And I was like, this chick is a fucking ninja. But anyways, they get into it, and Echo brings out this little stopwatch too. And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're about to battle, but as soon as Jinx sees the little stopwatch, it's like she recognized something. And it was a cool moment because like they gave us a little flashback and clue us in of what they're doing. I'm guessing this is like a childhood game that they played when they were together, but only now they're playing for real life keeps. But I love the attention to detail, because as she sees the little stopwatch, she recognizes that I guess she remembers the little game that she wants to play. So she kind of like takes position too, and she gets like in the shooting position. And it was such a hype moment, because like I love this sequence too. The music was going, and I love my action scenes, man. But it was also like a somber moment too, because like they used to be friends, and like they're essentially playing a very extreme version of a kid's game that they played. And I was like, oh damn, this is cool, but I'm sad too, man. I'm sad because ultimately it looks like Powder always wins the game when they were playing this kid, and we know how good of a shot Powder was when she was still a kid. The shooting range with Milo in Act 1 showed us that. So it looks like Echo always lost. But he didn't lose this time, because he goes at her and he starts beating the shit out of her too. He got like legit dogging her too. There's some equality for your ass right there, man. Oh man. But yeah, he has that moment again. He has that moment of remorse because he sees her. He sees Powder, not Jinx. He sees Powder, and I thought to myself, damn, this is just a fuck situation all around. But Jinx, being Jinx, just drops a grenade and just says, fuck it. Take me with you. Oh my gosh. And it's just another moment where I was like, oh my gosh. If you would just stayed, Vi, and just Echo could have helped Caitlyn limp off somewhere. Talk to your damn sister. Anyway, that's just a personal thing for me. I don't know. But we get there, and the next morning, Jace, my daughter, they come back and they see the carnage. You see the carnage, man. And my daughter suggests weapon manufacturing. This is the exact same thing that Heimerdinger was talking about. He knew where this was going. Okay? Because look. He's an old soul. He's seen this shit before. He's seen the plays before. But no, let the kids do what they want to do. But ultimately, I give my daughter some props, because she's like, this is Jace's decision. This is what you want to do, man. But like, I feel for you, Jace, but ultimately, I feel like you had the best intentions. Best intentions, my man, but looks where it's getting you. Your kingdom is falling around your head, and I am reveling in it. No, I'm joking. I'm being ignorant. But anyway, so we're moving on. Another point for me to make me feel somewhat of, I hate saying it, admiration for Silco, because he finds, before the morning goes and Jason, my daughter, finds the carnage, he picks up Jinx, and I see legit concern in his face, man. He's actually concerned. I guess I couldn't really tell if he was solely using her in Act 2, because they did have like they were setting up that like father-daughter relationship in a very twisted manner too. But I wasn't really sure of his intentions. Like, was he just actually using her as a weapon, or did he actually care for Jinx? And I was thinking to myself, well, let's see where this goes. Let's see how it plays out. And I guess this kind of solidifies that notion that he does actually care for her as a daughter. And I kind of respected them a little more. And I hated myself for it. I hated myself for it. No, joking. It's nothing that extreme. But I was like, wow, he really does care for Jinx, because he brings her to the only person that he thinks he can save her, Singe. And I was like, of all the places you can go, man. Oh, wow. It was a goddamn horror scene, man. Because he puts her on that table. It was legit terrifying, because like any time you have somebody strapped to the table and they have like the strap around your head, I know this is not going to be a pretty scene. Not at all. But he cares so much for her that he brings her to the only person that can save her, essentially, and ultimately solidify Jinx's transformation from Powder to Jinx, because he pumps her full of that shimmer shit, man. And I guess that kind of solves the mystery of how the eye color thing, and like we were wondering, like when the snap happens, her eye color is going to finally change. I guess it was due to shimmer. I mean, a lot of people, it looks like a lot of people had their own head canon of like what was actually going to cause the visual change in her chromia. Did I say chromia? Is that the word? In her ocular chromia? I guess so. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess we got to kind of have an answer for that, because yeah, oh man, it didn't look pretty at all. It didn't look pretty at all, because there's a similar moment I want to bring up too. I don't want to skip too far ahead, because there's a similar moment where Singe says, you know, I wish the pain, like I wish I could tell you the pain is going to get easier, but I'm afraid not. And there's a similar moment where I'll save it because it's a parallel I might be reaching, but I like it. I like there was a good parallel that I saw there. But anyways, yeah, we're moving on to it. So Mel's mom, man, Mel's mom. Talk about MILF stats. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Wow. But I gotta honestly say, this woman just spews charisma. I mean, like the way that she talks, the way that she holds herself, and the entrance, the gangster ass entrance that she has, arriving to Piltover, and you guys were speculating that if Noxus is going to come into play. I like the little hints that we get from her, because like just from like the outfits of the soldiers alone, and from the outfits of from like the weaponry that they carry, and the way that her mom kind of has like this samurai suit. I'm excited to see what they got going on over there in Noxus, man. I want to see what that region is like, because when they introduce her, she is, boy, talk about Xena the Warrior Princess, more like Xena the Warrior Queen, my Nubian queen at that, man. Oh my gosh. But like that was probably one of my favorite scenes, seeing Mel and her mom, you know, interact, because when she first sees her, Mel, she has like a little inkling of fear before it turns into anger and frustration. Like right when she sees the doors open, her mom comes out. You already know, like they established in the show that they're not on, you know, the best of terms. It's a very strained relationship. But I like how they subtly put in like in her facial expressions before it turns to anger. There's little subtle hints of fear too as well, and nervousness when she sees her. And I love that little touch that they gave her to her, because her eyes were just she was just shook, but it quickly turned to anger and frustration. But like their dialogue, and like they're just chewing up the screen too, man, because like you feel, even if we didn't even have like the flashback of her like executing the young lady that they had in the throne room in Noxus, where Mel is from. Even if we didn't have that flashback, it's just like the way that they're talking, and the way that like the body language and the facial expressions and like the dialogue, you know, it without even seeing a flashback, you can just feel the history. Even if we weren't told who these characters are to each other, I mean, like, just having the writing kind of express itself in that way, you know, without even if you didn't even know their relationship, it's just the way that they talk to each other. You can just figure it out that way. You know, I love their scenes together because it's raw emotion, because Mel is really frustrated with this lady, man. And like, you know, it really be your mom when, like, you have the most composed character that we've seen so far in this show lose her temperature and her structure too, man. It's just like she breaks to pieces when her mom's around. Oh my gosh, and I loved it too, because like the relationships that these characters have to each other, they really are tested, not just with Mel and her mom, but like everything is just strenuous and strained right now too. And speaking of that, like, another strenuous relationship is Silco and Savika. Her loyalty is really tested, and there's, you know, speaking to characters I don't like, who kind of, you know, earned my respect a little bit. Savika kind of earned my respect a little bit, man. I was thinking to myself, she's having this fucker Finn come around just spewing this toxic and shit like that, and they make it look like that she's actually gonna fall for it too. But, you know, he was talking slick. I wouldn't have blamed her too if she would have turned side, because she was like, you know, you're gonna try to undermine Silco by playing to my ego. I thought you were dumb, but every time I think that, you just dig another hole for yourself. But I was thinking to myself, well, and he lays on her, you know, it's not dumb. I'm playing to your mind, not your ego. You know, I was like, well, damn, he's making the case for it too, because I like this parallel too. It speaks to Silco's consequences, because ultimately he's slipping. Yeah, he's slipping because at the same time, he's having the same problem that Vander's having. Oh, I love how the tables turn. You know, because in Act 1, everybody was questioning Vander's leadership, and it was mostly coming from Silco. Silco, like, really driving that narrative, too. But look, man. Look. The crown is heavy, ain't it? It really is, because Silco is just drowning right now, because everybody's looking at him like, yeah, what's happening, my dude? You got this going on. Jinx is off the leash. The Shimmer production is cutting off. We can't even go to Piltover to make our profits right now. But look, man, he got those Vander problems, all right. And I was just reveling in it. But yeah, man, I love that parallel too, that he's facing the same problems, and he's seeing too that Vander was facing these same type of issues. Not even with the parallel with, like, you know, trying to raise daughters essentially, but, you know, trying to keep everybody happy. And I guess that's the crown's heavy. But anyway, so moving on, like, if we're going with the theme of consequences again, Victor. Man. Talk about a tragic character too. He I can't really blame him, because he's trying to save his life. He's trying to preserve his life at that, you know. But this hex core stuff, it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. It's giving me Gollum vibes. Like, it's calling to him too. So when he goes to Sin, she gets, like, I guess, like, a more refined version of Shimmer. He makes the transformation too, and it looks really cool, because I don't know if you guys are old enough to even remember, like, the first Fantastic Four film with, like, Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. His transformation, like his leg and everything, it looks like Doctor Doom's transformation that he had in the first Fantastic Four film, where his skin was becoming metallic, and it looks like Victor transformation looks like the same thing. Oh, funny enough, Victor Von Doom and Victor now. Yeah, so his transformation, man, it looked really fucking cool, and I was wondering how far he was gonna go, because I was like, this dude might become Iron Man too. But, like, it's like that organic metallic limb that he got from his for his leg and everything. It looked very cool, and I was wondering is this going to encompass his whole body? But during one of the transformation sequences, I guess he ran out of shimmer, but he just kind of reaches out, and you see Sky on her way, I guess with some type of solution, because she seemed very optimistic about what she was about to say to him. And oh my gosh, it's heartbreaking too. It really is, because I want to say, I keep coming back to it. I keep wanting to say Heimerdinger told you boys not to fuck with this shit. But it was just such a heartbreaking film that I didn't want to feel vindictive at the time, man. And I was just looking at him, mourning Sky's death, because she tries to pull him away and she just fucking turns to ash. Consequences, man, consequences. Oh gosh, yeah. That was a hard scene. I'm not gonna lie, man. I had to take a moment, man, because we didn't even get much of Sky's character, but you just see her admiration and love for Victor. That I'm not sure if you guys know too. In Act 2, we get a flashback of Kid Victor going to meet Singe, but before he does go into that cave, he has this little toy rowboat that he made. And we actually see Sky. We see a young Sky. Looks like she was interested in Victor, since they were kids. Go back and watch that scene. It's a very cute scene between them. And without even knowing much of Sky's character, she barely had 2 lines. I still feel grief from her death through Victor's pain. Wow, yeah. It was a really tough scene, because she had so much admiration for the guy, and I don't know. What did she figure out? That's one of the main things too. What the hell did she figure out? Because it looks like she had a solution to his problems. Oh gosh, yeah. It kind of sends him. I guess it sends him over the edge too, because he was about to destroy that fucking thing. And it was a really hard scene. I don't know. It was a really hard scene, but yeah. Just continuing on with Vi. They get to the upper city. They have their council with the council. Ultimately, nobody gets anything done. Jace wants to go to war because of what happened on the bridge. And Vi is pissed because she wants to do, in typical Vi fashion, go beat somebody up. And I can't say that I can really get on board with Vi. I can't really get on board with Vi. I'm like, the one thing, just handling your shit with Powder. She's had so many opportunities where to just run off with Powder, but now she just wants to bring down Silco's empire. That's her main goal, and it's frustrating to see. It really is, because I thought Powder was your main goal, man. And I get the strategy. I know some people are going to say I get the strategy. She wants to take down Silco so she doesn't have an influence on Powder, but Powder's actively looking for you. She's looking for you, and you found her too. So let's stop mixing up with the politics of the city right now, or trying to save people. I mean, you girls have a right to be selfish. You've been through a lot. And they have the right to say, fuck everybody else. We're going to take care of ourselves. Because you've been through prison. You've been through the manipulation of Silco. And his fucking emotional torture too as well. Twisting her fucking psyche. You guys earn the right to be selfish. And say to yourself, fuck everybody, man. All you got in this life is each other. But no, Vi is just too damn stubborn, man. Too damn stubborn. And it is frustrating to see, because she just talks Jace into fucking going to war. That just makes everything worse. Because I will say that it was a damn cool scene, man. It was cool. It was cool. I just want to preface it with that. I love the scene of them busting into the Shimmer production factory. I love the scene of that. Man, oh man, oh man. Like, what? Because when Vi comes out with those damn gauntlets, man, oh my gosh, it is unequivocally nothing but straight dust bustling, rustling, hands on hands on hands combination for days. You would have thought that she was playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters with the combos that she has, man. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I was looking to myself, damn, this good, because ultimately when they bust in there, they're breaking heads and everything. But like the enforcers, they fucking lose hold of Little Red Riding Hood, who goes pushes the button. Little Red Riding Hood, the redheaded kid, and he brings in these fucking super Shimmer soldiers, and they go crazy. And Jason's bringing out the Macy's corner, but when Vi comes in, man, oh my gosh, and that music starts, man, it was like watching an AMV. You guys remember those AMVs back in the day with Naruto and Sasuke and the Linkin Park song over it, everything? Oh my gosh, it took me back to those days, because I had the biggest smile on my face. But I didn't even think Jace could scrap. I was like, Jace can what? Jace is out here in these streets like that? Yeah, but ultimately, the same feeling I had with like Echo v Jinx. It was cool to watch, but it ended so remorselessly too. Like it ended so somber because the guy fucking takes out Little Red Riding Hood. He takes out the kid, and he sees to it he's like, this is where we going. This is the path we're going down, man. And like it's like we've been saying, you got guys in this Let's Talk. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I gotta say about these characters. These characters have nothing but good intentions, man. Victor has nothing but good intentions. Jace had nothing but good intentions. Vi has nothing but good intentions. But where does it let them? Look where it's got them, man. Victor's transformation led to Sky's death. Jace's decision to kick out Heimendinger, continue with Hex Tech weaponry, leads to him ultimately killing a kid. And Vi, you guys told me at the beginning of Act 1, it was Vi's decision to put Powder in his life. Yeah, and I see a lot of your points. It was her decision to bring her on the job. It was just, and Powder was very impressionable, obviously, right? Looking at her mentor right now, but she's been a blank canvas this entire time. And now, you know, somebody's painted a very distortive picture of what her potential could lead to. And I guess, yeah. I guess Vi kind of set off this, this. She anchored herself to Vi. Power this entire time anchored herself to Vi, and when she lost that emotional support, you know, she latched on to somebody else that was there, and it happened to be Silco. So, you know, I don't know, but you know, it leads to going back to it. Jace kills a kid, sees his dead body, and like Vi comes around, and like it's just something that, what did she say? Something that she says just I was taken aback. I was really just taken back too, because like he's sitting here just heartbroken too, and Vi says he knew what he was signing. That's what she fucking said. He knew what he was signing up for. This was like a 10-year-old kid, man. Like he knew the terms and conditions of this life. Like, come on, Vi. I was thinking to myself, like, what? And she says, like, this is one kid. And I was thinking to myself, whoa, I get the situation, and I even then I understand your point that they gotta look at the bigger situation too. But to put it so bluntly like that, where's the fucking sympathy? A fucking kid is cold dead on the ground, eyes wide open. Don't tell me you're just gonna walk over this boy like it's nothing. Oh man. Yeah, it didn't look, maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion a little bit, but it didn't really sit well with me the way that she kind of worded that. The way, maybe she could put it better, but like anything, I was like, come on, Vi, you've been my favorite out through this entire series. Don't do it to me, man. Don't do it to me. Oh gosh, I was like, is there anything else? Can problems get any more worse? Any more worse, man? And finally, Jace has had enough, man. And I'm glad that something sobered him up, because my man's been spiraling. He's been spiraling, man. And I was thinking to myself, wow, man. I was like, I'm glad you're starting to see the light right now. Sadly, it took you killing a kid to see the light, but he opened his eyes, man. And there's a really cool scene that he has with Jace. No, with Victor. Victor's, he's got Sky's ashes and he's pouring in the river. Oh my gosh, it's so goddamn heartbreaking too. And it's a real cool moment because they do a little playback to episode 1 where Jace was about to end it all. In that exploded laboratory apartment of his, he was about to jump, and then, you know, Victor here has the same idea. He has the same idea, and I love their relationship too, Jace and Victor, because he comes in and he hits him with, "Am I interrupting something?" The same line that Victor hit him with too before he was about to jump off that fucking cliff. Yeah, man, I love their relationship now, because like they really are, they have such a brotherly bond too. But yeah, they're sitting there reminiscing, and then they come to the conclusion that, you know, they lost themselves in their dream. They lost their way. It's really like I felt like they should have been passing a blunt around saying, damn, maybe we should listen to Hyman. Oh man. But speaking of H-Man, I love the pairing between him and Echo. That was a cool pairing that I did not expect to like so much, man. I love their dynamic too, because like they come from two opposite ends of the world, but like I feel like they can learn so much from each other too, especially with Heimdinger's knowledge and Echo's ingenuity, because he essentially I guess he kind of built those little board things that the firelights, those hoverboards that they use too. But yeah, I'm really curious to see where they're going to go to. And a lot of the setup of Act 3 is setting up what's going to happen, I guess, in future series 2 as well. But yeah. So to cap it all off, the final scenes that we have here too. Jace meets up with Silco. Yeah. I was wondering. I was thinking to myself, there was a line that they had in there too. Speaking of like setting up for future shows, it laid a seed of curiosity in my brain too. When Jay said, you know, the reason this city was founded, the reason that brought them together was the threats beyond the wall. Man, if that ain't wow, I was like, well, what's beyond the wall? Obviously, we have the region of Noxus out there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more of that in future series, but I'm like, well, it sparked my curiosity, my man. What got you guys so pressed that the two of most different of cities, people who are at each other's throats, ready to kill each other? There was one point where you guys had a united enemy, or I'm like, come on, man, don't tease me now, baby, don't tease me. What's going on out there in the woodwork? But anyway, so moving on with the scene, they both, they throw down their ultimatums, saying what they want, and I like what Jace said too, man. Like he's really to comply with anything that Silco is willing to give, willing to he's willing to comply with anything that Silco orders him to do, because ultimately, like, Jace is like, I'm doing this shit for y'all, man. If we wanted to, we can march out there and wipe all y'all out in a single night. So I was like, big props to Jace. Jace with the mace. I like Jace with the mace. Like, what do you call him? Waste now? Somebody said, like, wait, Jace can never lose. Yeah, but I'm thinking to myself, yeah. I like the way this is going, because he goes back to the council, and after Mel has this argument with her mom about her conversation with Jason, ultimately what led Jason to the factory, was really Mel's mom egging him on too, saying, hey, get your shit under control, boy. And there was another thing. There's another thing too, with setting up future shows, man. The things that Mel and her mom was talking about too, like her brother Kino died from some mysterious man that he crossed, and I was like, man, they really teasing me right now. What's going on in Noxus? I was like, damn, okay, they're really setting this up for future stuff. I was like, there's gotta be another season coming, because you can't leave all this stuff unsaid. And like, I want to see more of Mel's home. I want to see more of her culture and what happened, because it looks like Mel's mom came straight out of a Game of Thrones, but like the League of Legends version. But yeah, and one little tidbit too. What is that stuff on Mel's body? I always thought, like, the gold plating on her back and shoulders, I always thought that was like part of her outfit. But even when she's laying in bed with like Jason and everything, and like that stuff is still on her. Is that part of her actual body? I mean, like, her mom doesn't have anything like that. What is that gold plating? Is that like melted on her skin? Anyway, that's anything. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, so the final scene that we do get between the final fight scene that we get is Savika v Vi. Now this is this is cool, man. This is cool. Wow. Talk about just leaking, because they went at it, man. They tore that damn bar up. Oh my gosh. That was a treat to see, man. Because it looks like Savika's kind of grown too as a person, and it seems like the better character that she is, the better fighter she is. I don't know if I'm making a parallel or that's too much of a stretch, but she stood by Silco. She earned my respect a little bit, and it looks like she's just kind of grown as a character too. And somehow this enhanced her fighting too, because she had Vi on the ropes. Even Vi had those. I thought she evened the playing field, because it looks like Vi had the gauntlets, everything too, man. I was like, and Savika just has the one arm there, but I was like, damn, Vi's getting, like, even when Savika had the one arm and Vi didn't have any gauntlets, Vi was still whooping their ass in the last act. But now I was like, the tables have turned. But there's this cool moment that I got teared up to, because they introduced Vander. Man, oh man. It was such a heartwarming scene too. And I like the line that he said, I wish I could tell you it would get easier. I don't want to lie to you, man. I don't want to lie to you. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many times I just rewinded that part in the scene just over and over again. Because first off, I want to see Vander again. I really do, man. I love the guy, man. And just seeing that, he hit me with the "that's my girl" line. That's my girl. He didn't have to say it like that. God, oh man, oh Vander. But okay, so the parallel that I had. Tell me if I mean, I might be bugging. I don't know. But like, there was like, not to do with the relationship, but like, just like the premise of the line that these two characters were hit with. Because when Powder or Jinx, whatever you want to call her, Jinx was on the operating table too, and Singe was like, I wish I could tell you the pain from here will get easier, but it won't. And then Vander hitting Vi with the same type of line, I wish I could tell you it wouldn't get harder, but it won't. I just kind of find it, yeah, I don't know if I'm drawing too much of a parallel here, but I just kind of find it that these two characters who are ultimately coming into their own, whether it be Jinx or whether it be Powder or Jinx, ultimately that turns to Jinx, but Vi too, like they're kind of hit with the same line that gives them the overarching part of their character. You know, obviously in a very twisted way for Jinx, but like in a very wholesome and endearing way for Vi. I don't know. My brain just kind of made that connection when Vander said it. But yeah, we have essentially Super Jinx on the run, because the last scene that we do get, she's brought it all out to the table, because this very twisted scene. It reminded me of, I don't know if you guys read the comic Death of the Family, the Batman comic, Death of the Family. It was similar to that, because I was like, Jinx is really Batman, man, because she's sneaking around this city kidnapping folks, with them being none the wiser. I mean, like, first she kidnapped Caitlyn, that was creepy as hell. Oh my gosh, and then she kidnaps Silco. And that scene is very cool too, where he's like sitting at a statue with a memorial of Vander too, and he's kind of reminiscing on like what they wanted and everything, and he's about to finally get it, but you know, he just gives up Jinx, and I love that he just went to that to like kind of console with Vander. I don't know, but yeah, they get to this scene, man. Oh gosh, yeah, it's just like it really brings it all home too. Because Jinx and Vi at this point, you know, they just haven't had the conversation yet. They just haven't had like a dialogue yet, man. The real heart to heart. Because Jinx just kind of lays it out there. You can blame Silco. You blame him for all the shit that's gone down so far. But she says it's been you. You did this. And it's not like Vi doesn't know. I mean, like, we've seen her through Act 2 just saying to herself, yeah, this was me. I created Jinx. And it's like that realization that, you know, consequences, man. Consequences. Wow. But I like that the characters recognize their faults, though. I really do. Because even when Jace and Victor come to the council, and Jace essentially tells all of them off, he really just said, eat a bag of dicks and fuck you guys. He really does hit them with that. But he you know what's funny? He says the same line that Heimerdinger says. He says we lost he's lost his way. He lost the dream. You know? And he ultimately comes to the decision that, you know, we should give the people of the Undercity their own independence. And of course everybody goes into an uproar and everything. And funny enough too, they're throwing papers down, wine glasses are being spilled, the cheers are falling to the ground. But my daughter just raises her hand and like everybody else just agrees in unison. I found that funny. But going back to the Death of the Family scene in the cave, I kind of wondered if Jinx knew that Vander died from Silco, and she just kind of sees through his lies. And I was like, just off the guy, please, just off the guy, just do it right there, have a happy ending. I just wanted everything just to end right there. You know who did it, just do it. But then she realizes somebody else has bluer hair than she does. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, that's the whole reason she hates Caitlyn. Oh my gosh. Caitlyn comes in the picture, and boy, does Jinx lay down the most ultimate of ultimatums. She says, you better off this bitch right now. Me or her. Choose. Alright? Choose right then and there. Woo! Of course, Vi doesn't do it. And then Silco, and this fucking Venom. It's fucking Venom. Man, I really thought that I would end up hating Silco, but god damn if this show didn't make me like him. At least at this end part too, because he said, fuck Zon, you're my daughter, you're my girl, and I couldn't help but to say, god damn it, Silco. Oh. It's like I was just begging the show, stop making me fucking like this guy. Stop it. Oh gosh, but this tug of war of Jinx's of mindset, her psyche right now is breaking her. And Caitlyn gets loose. She grunts a gun, and like Vi's like don't do it. Little did she know, Caitlyn's not talking. I mean, Vi's not talking to Caitlyn not to pull the trigger. She's talking to Jinx. Like, Jinx is about to lay your ass. Like, I don't think they understand how dangerous Jinx is. Well, maybe they do, but I think they still underestimate her here and there, because you gotta really keep your eyes on this chick. Not just from the scene of the bridge. That just let me know how dangerous she is, that she can just take out a whole squad with these firelights and like the marksman that she is, and the ingenuity to create these different inventions. But I was like, Caitlyn, don't pull. Squeeze that trigger, okay? You cannot let this girl, because there's a certain point where I was like, when Vi was like, please don't do it. I don't think she was talking to Caitlyn. I think she was talking to Jinx, because Jinx can lay your ass out. But she does that, and she snaps right after she knocks Caitlyn out, and she shoots Silco. Oh gosh, it was a warm scene that they had. I was kind of vomiting but crying at the same time too, when they have like that little heart-to-heart saying like, I would never give you up, they can all burn, essentially. But oh man, and then she finally just comes to the realization that I'm Jinx. It's really just a product of both of y'all creations. You both made me. And she says, cheers to the new us. They've changed. They're different people now than what they were kids. And it's heartbreaking to see, because I always see, when I watch a series like this, I always wonder what could have been, like what could have happened with if Jinx kind of, or Powder, just kind of put her mind into something other than things that explode. Or even like with Vi, if Vander was still around, what kind of leader she could have been. Because Vi was a leader of Milo, Clagger, and Jinx. She has a strong heart, man. And she's a very caring person too. I think under Vander's too, if he was still around, I mean, like what kind of person she could have been. There's so much potential with these two girls too, man. There's so much potential between these sisters, man. And it's just so heartbreaking to see where they ended up too. And ultimately, Jinx just launches a fucking nuke. And I can't imagine what the aftermath is going to be once season 2 hits. I cannot imagine, because Caitlyn's mom is in there too. Now, obviously, they can't kill off all those characters, man. You can't kill off Mel. You can't kill off Jace and Victor. You can kill off Caitlyn's mom. Sorry, that came out a little coldly. But yeah, this show is setting up a lot, and ultimately, it's setting up a decision for Vi. It's setting up a decision for Vi, because I think it might be better for the story if Caitlyn's mom died, though. I mean, stick with me here, because what's really been enticing about this show is that the situations that the characters kind of find themselves in the hard decisions that they've had to make. And I think for a good show like this, you kind of have to put your characters to the ringer and have them suffer a lot too. So what better conflict for Vi to have than to choose between Caitlyn and her sister, right? Because they're setting up a romantic relationship between Vi and Caitlyn. So imagine the turmoil that she has to be in when Jinx kills her mom with that fucking shark bazooka in the explosion, and Caitlyn's out for revenge, right? You know, oh, you gotta love that. You gotta love that. That's, sorry, I'm talking about, you know, not real world situation, but like from a storytelling perspective, right? Imagine what that conflict would look like, and like the decision that Vi has in front of her now too. You know, either the sister that she's been chasing this entire time, is trying to get back to her, take care of her sister, have some type of healthy relationship with her sister, and then like your love interest. Imagine if Caitlyn is just on a revenge high right now, like she wants Jinx dead in the ground. Oh man, just whoa! I'm even struggling to see what side I would be on, man. I don't know, because a little part of me agrees with Echo. Like, put this chick in the ground. She's too far gone. But every time I have those thoughts, I kind of think back to Act 1, like little powder, man. I don't know. Hell of a series, man. I gotta say, wow, oh wow. Are you not entertained? Were you not entertained? I know I was, man. I was not expecting for essentially this show to probably be my favorite thing of the year. And I watch a lot of anime. Keep that in mind. But wow, this is just, it's on another level. It's on another level, my boys. But like I said, man, what do you guys think? You're the League fans, man. I'm just a noob here. I'm getting new with this stuff, man. I want to know what you guys think. Did it meet your expectations? Did it disappoint? You know, is there any criticisms that you guys have? Is there something like that? And there's nothing wrong with criticisms. You know, this is a Let's Talk, man. We talk about everything. You know, I just ask. You know, if somebody points out some criticism, guys, be respectful. And I think you guys are very good at it. You guys are civilized individuals that I've seen so far. You know, yeah. Let me know, man. You know, did you guys have it? What was your favorite things about Acts 1 through 3? Favorite scenes, favorite interpretations. Did the characters? Yeah, that's another thing. Did the characters, you know, like the way that they portrayed the characters, is that somewhat of what you guys, I kind of expected, I guess, from like a voice acting standpoint, or you know, like the character designs themselves, or like the way that the characters were portrayed in this series? Was it faithful to you? But yeah, I want to know it all, you know, likes and critiques. Let me know, man. I'm really excited. To see what's going to happen, because they set up a lot for it has to be a season 2. They can't just leave it off at this. Yeah, there's just no way, you know. But I know the wait is going to kill me. I just hope I see some more trailers, but I'm gonna try to get as informed in the lore as much as I can for season 2. Just to see if I can pick out some Easter eggs, because we definitely got a few in the last couple scenes that we got, and you know what I'm talking about. We see Warwick. We see him. Come on, Warwick season 2, huh? Okay, we see him. Oh, the fingers were crossed and now the prayers were granted. Oh man, but I think that's gonna do it for me. A little bit of a long video here, but I really want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments. Come on, man. I don't even call these things reviews, man. You know, like, who am I to review like some masterpiece like this? I'm not a writer. I'm a fairly decent animator and character artist too. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, you know, let me know what you guys think. It's been a fun ride with this series, and I'm so glad I got into it, because it's if anything, it's just inspired the hell out of me. But oh, I'm just excited for what's to come. What's to come, man. Oh man. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you did, you ain't nothing but a legend, man. League of Legends. Anyways, okay, I'll stop. All right, guys. Laters.